Hello everyone, I apologize if I sound a little bit congested. I do have a bit of a cold coming on right now, which is fine. We're nearing winter in New Zealand, so, body not quite fast enough to adapt. So we'll make do. Today I'll be taking you around Sylvia Park Shopping Centre in Auckland. This is objectively the largest shopping centre in New Zealand by floor area. The mall initially opened in stages between 2006 and 2007. It attracted a good number of customers and retailers for the best part of 14 years, but developments were staggered until around the end of 2020 when a few stores were shuffled around and the mall was extended to add more retail space. As of now, the mall occupies over 100,000 square meters and is one of the busiest shopping centres in the country. The mall is quite linear, so we'll just start at one end and make our way towards the other end. We'll start at the oldest end of the mall in Car Park 5. Car Park 5 is a 6-storey car park with a set of 2 elevators. These are some relatively large KONE monospaces from 2008 with KSS 470 fixtures. So we're starting off really strong. You'll notice that the ground floor button has actually been replaced with a KSS 520 button, which I think is very cool to see. Alright, we'll actually come inside the shopping centre now. For the most part, the shops are all on just one single floor, but occasionally there are these mezzanine sections that mean you need the lift to get up to for accessibility reasons. This next elevator goes to centre management as well as some of the offices up on level 1. It is an OTIS Gen 2, however it has been modernised inside with Dewhurst and Cirrus. I want to say KONE did the mod because their name's on the capacity plaque, and they have the maintenance contract at this mall. Also, despite the fixtures being replaced inside, the outside fixtures are still original. Next to another Gen 2. This one goes up to Adventures at Sylvia Park, which is just a collective name for 3 popular activewear stores that occupy that space. This one still has its original fixtures inside. You can see it's one of those hybrid ones with European indicators and chimes but Asian cabs and buttons. In this lift, the capacity is severely mismatched and makes no sense. It's so clear that the black capacity plug was just the first one just pulled from the spare parts bin, no thought whatsoever. Alright, now we go across to the last of the public Gen 2s at this end. This one goes up to Hoyts Cinema and is basically the same as the previous one. There is another Gen 2 inside Hoyt Cinema itself, but that one was either broken or locked off when I went. Okay, the next elevator to look at is in H&M, and I feel like I have to talk about this one before I showcase it. So Sylvia Park was home to New Zealand's first ever H&M store back in 2014-2015, and it opened in sort of around this space here. It did have an elevator because it was 2 stories. It was a glass Schindler 5500, and I believe it was also one of New Zealand's first 5500s. However, as of 2024, this H&M store has long since gone, and this space here is now occupied by 4 different retailers on the ground floor, one of which being the ever-popular Culture Kings, not sponsored. As far as I'm concerned, the glass 5500 has also been gutted as I couldn't find it anywhere. Now, Sylvia Park still has an H&M store, but it has been relocated to a smaller space, and the elevator it has now is still a Schindler 5500, new from 2020. Unfortunately, it is not a glass elevator, but it does have call cancel. Alright, wow, I'm really sounding a bit nasally now. Now to the elevator in Sephora. And who would have thought there would be an elevator in freaking Sephora of all places? It is a Schindler 5500, pretty much exactly like the H&M one, although I do like the metallic red doors outside, you'll see what I mean. This one is far less busy, which means I could take multiple trips unseen with the call cancel. I tell you what, after this, I was peering into basically every shop to see if it would have an elevator. The only other two-story shop on this stretch was Mecca, but that didn't have a lift, only stairs. Anyway, the next elevators are the ones that serve car park 2. These are some more 5500s, but these ones were actually put in 2018, 2 years before the major renovations. These lifts come with the Australian voice and look really nice.
Doors closing. Floor 3. Doors opening. Elevator going down. Doors closing. Elevator going down. Ground floor.
Alright, now we come back to the elevators that were original from when the shopping centre first opened. These ones serve car park 10 and are located next to Kmart, which I believe used to be a former Countdown. Now, because these were formerly supermarket lifts, they're naturally going to be quite big to accommodate the trolleys. These are some large Schindler hydraulic elevators with M series. And they're nice and all, but being from 2006 with this much use was naturally going to wear them down faster. The left-hand car was not actually working when I went, and the right-hand car didn't exactly look in the best condition.
Lift stopping 3rd floor. Lift stopping ground floor. Lift stopping 3rd floor.
Now we're back to some more of the mall's main elevators. These ones serve Car Park 1 and are some more Schindler 5500s. These look similar to Car Park 2's lifts, but these were actually installed during the 2020 renovations. They're also much bigger, have a different voice, and they're a set of 3 instead of a set of 2. On to the next elevator, which is located in Farmers. Now, I didn't actually know this until someone told me, but Sylvia Park previously went without a Farmers store at all, and they added one in the 2020 renovations. So this Farmers store has a new lift, and it is naturally a Schindler 5500. It's maintained by OTIS because I believe all Farmers stores have a contract with OTIS regardless of the mall's contractor, and supposedly the capacity is the maximum possible for a 5500, although I think the OTIS plate is wrong because Wellington Airport's main lift has the same capacity despite being evidently much bigger, so I think that's a lie. Another thing that's wrong about this lift is the floor numbering. It should be ground and 1, not 1 and 2. Alright, I've saved the most interesting one till last. This elevator I probably wouldn't even have known about if I didn't check the mall map, because you actually have to go outside the mall on the ground floor before you can even find it. This elevator serves the Terrace on Sylvia Park, which is a secondary food court on level 1 that's separate from the main food court. It is a glass elevator and it's quite unusual because initially you look at the outside and it's a black Everbright call button all on its own, and when the lift arrives there's just a light above the doors that comes on. So you wonder whether it could be something interesting or different, but then it's just another 5500. Not to mention the floor numbering is actually wrong on the indicator. It's correct on the button, so what's up with that? I guess the one silver lining though is that this is clearly the glass lift that would have replaced the glass H&M one when that one went, so... Before I wrap up, you'll notice I've marked in a set of 4 lifts here. These belong to the brand new 10-storey ANZ office tower that was put in during the 2020 developments. Now I couldn't actually go into the building because there was a reception desk in the lobby, but I could see from outside they were just Schindler ports, probably 5500s or something like that. I figured I'd bring it up anyway, considering this office building is technically connected to the shopping centre. That said, the main entrance requires you to go outside and onto the street before you can actually access it.